Well, hi, and welcome to my shop, and thanks for joining me here last day of March. And all I'm going to do today is test a few tubes in this radio on the FM side and see what that reveals. And that's about it, I think, for today. It's a little tough for me to get in here, as I'm sure you can appreciate. I'm glued to the television, the news, and stuff like that. Let's just look these notes over again that somebody left in here, just to see if there's a hint of having trouble with some of them. Could be interchanged with. So, 6BA6, 6AU6, 6CB6. So I think the situation here is this fellow was concerned that some of the tubes were bad, and it looks like he didn't have any replacements or maybe even the ability to test them properly. And so here's a whole bunch more about it. He's identifying what each tube is doing. There he is again, 6CB6 or 6BA6. So if no tuner, 6DT8, that's probably the main FM RF tube right in the front of the FM. Bad, replace. 2. I don't know what that is. Let's see, what are you right there? 2, I don't know what you wrote. Betos? I don't know what that is. Replace with 2BE. I don't know what that is. With 6BQ7? I think so. 6D looks like 6DT. Hey, what's he talking about? Yes. 6BQ7. Possible. So I think that's what he was doing. He was looking for replacement tubes, trying to work out what alternative tubes he could use as he tried to make this thing work. So we know by playing the AM radio, the AM side works, and the amplifier works. We don't know how much of that signal went through tubes that are in the FM receiver itself. And come to think of it, maybe we do, because I think the only volume control on this is here. So the radio's volume, to be controlled by this, has to have the signal go through part of the amplifier in here. So that will prove out a couple of tubes that are in the actual receiver here. Now, what do we see here? Well, I'm pretty sure this is the audio output tube. There's no tubes in this big power supply chassis. I think this one back here is the rectifier tube. I'm not sure though. I think it is. It's in a spring-loaded holder. The output tube is not covered at all. It could be because it's really quite hot, and there's probably no advantage to covering it with something. Oh, these are all covered. So which one is the FM one? I think I could see the FM amplifier, FM receiver, FM tuner right up in here. This has got to be the FM tube here. This guy here. Let's get him out of there. So this tube comes with a collar that is mounted firmly to the radio chassis. I don't know, can you see any of this up there? You can kind of see it up in here. It has this drop top. So you put the tube in, and then you pull this up to cover the tube. That's a pretty complicated affair just to make sure the tube is covered properly. Tells you how important it is. And what do we got here for a tube? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Glass tip is broken off. That means probably this was in a box full of other tubes, loose. Somebody's rummaged through them a few times, and in the course of doing that, knocked this top off. And son of a gun, if it isn't written on here what it is. Huh. Okay, so sometimes this can be seen with a little magnification. I'm going to use my magnifier. I'm going to look myself. See what I can see. Just need to see a little bit of it to be reassured. Oh, there, I see it. I see it. Looks like 6DT8. Looks like a 6. The first number probably is a 6, right? 6DT8. That's what he wrote on here, isn't it? I'm sure he did. 6DT8. So, 6DT8. Now, I have my tube substitution book, but I bet you it may not have that one in it. 6DT8. DT8. It shows no replacement for it. Contrary to what he's got on his list. This book, which, you know, it's an old Radio Shack book for crying out loud. Let's try this one. This is even older. Tube Substitution Handbook. 6. Yes, we could go on the internet. 6D. But I am using old technology, including books. 6DT8. There it is, and no replacement shown, just like the other book. So without going on the internet, it looks like that's a dead end. Contrary to what he said. 6BQ7 does sound familiar. Now that presents a problem. Chances are my tube testers don't have a 6DT8 in them. Let's see. This is my best chance right here. Let's take a look at this one. See what we can get out of it. 6D. There we are. 6D. It's right here. 6D E7. 6DG. 6D. 6DT8. There it is. Excellent. Okay, so we can test this too. Let's set it up. And wow, I left this on 35. Easy way to kill a tube. 4 19L PGK76 PGK76 3510 3510 37 sensitivity. F. The plate. And then we got to do a lot of operations here. K1, P1, G1, and K2, P2, G2. So we do a test, we flip all these switches, and we repeat the test. It's a two-part tube, and that's how we switch from part to part on this tube tester. Twin triode. So I think this is just basically an amplifier tube that can operate at very high frequencies. Like 100 megahertz and stuff like that. Okay, in you go. Oop, going over here. Okay. In, on. I think I have some problems with this socket. Oh, tube's warming up. While it's doing that, I'll do a quick double check here. 6DT8, 6.3, 4. 19L PGK76 PGK76 3510 3510. Okay. Any shorts in this tube? Oh, this came up. That came up. Not much. I think that's just a normal amount. I don't think that's enough to worry about. Yeah, that's not enough to worry about. I don't think it means anything, actually. Okay, when we push the GM test here, we should get 1190 at a minimum. So 1200 would be about here. So it's got to go above there. Here we go. Oop, what was that? That's pretty good. That's also good. So this tube tests good, which is a great thing in one sense because these are a little scarce, I think. And in another sense, it's crappy because this isn't the problem with the radio. I'm always hopeful that tubes will test bad. But not in this case. So I'll put this one back in. right in. I know that. I was lucky. We'll just go down the IF string here, which I believe is the IF amplifier string. Okay, this tube, 6BZ6. So I don't have a schematic, I don't have any plans for what the correct tubes are. 6BZ6 is an oddball. I don't remember reading that in here. 6BZ. No, 6BZ does not show up here at all. What is a 6BZ6 tube? See, I have no idea what has been going on with this receiver. I don't know anything about it. And it's pretty weird right from the start. Okay, so there it is. Oh, I had to dig out my tube manual there. Can't survive a day without this book. 6BZ6. 6B Z6. Let's see what this guy tells us about it. So, semi-remote cutoff pentode. I've never heard of a semi-remote cutoff pentode. Miniature tube used in gain-controlled video IF stages of television receivers. Tube requires miniatures on any position. So, it's really intended for television. Now, is that because somebody's taken and figures it's a good replacement for what should really be in there? And how will I ever know what should be in there? How is this ever going to happen? Now, I'm looking at this chassis, and it's full of holes that aren't being used also. There's a cable pass-through down there, there's a hole right here, there's holes here. The more I look at this, the more I think that this is a prototype beast. And I'm going to guess they took components from another electronic thing that they made, whoever did this. It's just my guess. And they cobbled it together like this to see if they could make something to sell. Probably sat around and looked at it and went, no. What can I do about this? Well, I can test it. We'll have to go on the assumption this is the correct tube. That's an assumption, all right. 6BZ6. 6B. 6B. Z. Oh my gosh, there it is. 6BZ6. 6.3, 4, 13L. 51763. 51763. 4200. 4200. 28. D for the plate. One test. In you go. Saw the pilot light flash there, so yeah, I can see the heater now. Okay, and let's check any shorts in this tube. No. $1,300, so it should be coming up above where my finger is now. Oh, look at that. Oh, jackpot. No. So it's right on 13. 1,300, that's the reject point. right dead on 1,300. Well, there's a chance I have one of these somewhere, but I think this is working good enough to get away with in a radio. I can't imagine that it's But it's not dead. I'm looking to see if there's an actual dead tube here. Okay, we'll stick this one back in. Oh, I can't see the socket really. Come around again. There it goes. It's in. And what did I do with the cover? There it is. Rolling away. Let's try the next one. The same tube again. It is 6BZ6, so that kind of suggests that, yeah, this is what they built this with. Having found two of them. So we're all set to go here. Shorts. Oh, okay. Short on one, and it's slowly going up, I think. Short on one. Let's see if I can find my manual quickly here. Yep, here it is. Let's read what that is. Short on one. It actually says in here what that actually means. Let's see if we can find it here. Note. Leakage test, switch position. Switch 1, I'm in position 1 right now. Heater and cathode. So there's a leak between the heater and the cathode. That would make this tube hummy, I would imagine. Now, is it a real test? Is it a false test? Tube sensitive? Short it right out if I whack it really hard. Well, whatever it is, it's pretty solid, and normal tubes don't do this. Tubes in good shape, they don't do this. Can this tube be used in this radio? The radio didn't work. Would this cause a radio not to work on FM? Somehow I don't think so. A circuit diagram would be really helpful at guessing. Oh, look at this. I made a mistake here. No, I didn't make a mistake. I never tested it. I haven't made a mistake. Let's test it because the leak is not too strong. It's right on the reject point too. Well, obviously this is a target for replacement in the radio. I'll leave this one sitting right here. Oh, way, whoa! A little carried away there. Let's do the next one in the line up here. In fact, I better put that other one back in because I know myself. And it won't be long before my good intentions will flop. This looks like another one, another of the same tube. No, 6CB6. Appears to have paint flecks all over it. Come from another radio? Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be investing too much in this receiver. First of all, it's an ugly pig. It weighs 50,000 pounds. Who wants it? Nobody. Secondly, it's going to be a money eater and a brain crusher. That's what I think. You know, no schematic, no information on it. You're just not going to get anywhere. 6CB6. Maybe I got just some tubes out of it. That's it. 6CB6. 6. So this is a very common tube. 6 ABC is this way, isn't it? 6CB6. There it is. 6.3. Signal level 8. Bias 17 low. 51763. 51763. I thought that sounded familiar. 4200. 4200. Sensitivity 43. D. D. Okay. It's a pentode. sure I've got a lot of these tubes. Okay, let's try the short test. Nothing. This tube 6 CB6, if good, comes up to 1,000. 1,000's right there. Hey, the luck might be in with me. Let's just check everything over. 6 CB6, 8 17L, 51763, 51763, 4200, 4200. Yeah, I got it all right. No special notes. D. Okay, sometimes it can be a tube contact. Ha! That's what it was. Just my tube thing. Never reject a tube quickly. That's my rule. So now we're supposed to be up above 1,000, and look, we're heading up towards 2,000. So it's gone from dead to better than ever. Okay. I'm glad I'm not doing any brain-teasing work today, because I've been glued to the television, of course, with all the news and studying up on different websites, other sources of information. I'm supposed to forget about all that while I'm in here doing this. Forget about all that. Just don't even say what you're talking about. Let's just keep going. Six CB6. 6 CB6. That's pretty handy. Hey, this is a handy guy. Pop them right in. Heating up. Again, above 1,000. Once again, we get a nothing. Hey, this is a... Oh, son of a gun. You want to believe this? Can you believe it? Because what can happen here is I'm just arranging a combination of contacts under here that happen to be creating this reading, and they're not at all correct. Oh, this is really a... Yeah, you know what I should do? I should take this guy apart and fix that. Because most tubes go right in here and test perfectly fine. See what's happening? See it going up? It's because I broke the heater connections for a bit. Just keep steady. Steady on. So it's going to come up around, say, 12. Close to 12. If you want to believe it. Believe it? It's supposed to be 1,000. I think it says it's okay. That's a problem. It's not dead. Whatever it is, it's not dead. It's really unfortunate. We haven't got many tubes left here. How about this one? This looks like a 6AL5 to me. And this is the detector tube. 6AL5. The 6AL5. This is like the most common tube in the world. 6AL5. This is a diode K3761. K3761. So diode, it means I don't have to set this or set that. K3761. K3761. 6AL5. Okay, don't make a mistake now. 2P00. 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 39. A. P1K1 and P2K2. think I probably have about 50 of these in my stock. And is it a GM test we give this guy? No. I'm going to give him the diode test. So it's a diode. It needs to get above this spot here. Very good. And then we test the other half. P2K2. P2K2. Hey, wait a minute. What happened there? P and K. Okay, no doubt about it. I gotta do that socket. Do something to it. Well, the disappointing fact is we're not finding any stone cold reason for the FM to not work. No stone cold reason. That's really it for tube testing in here. This is supposed to be here. The short one goes here. All tubes good. So let's try this again. And I'm going to feed into it a known FM signal of significant strength. We'll see what we get out of it. Now to do it, I'm going to use my FM signal generator, which of course I never use except for FM stuff. Let's just put this over here so you can see it. Here it is. Switch them on. Now we're going to hook up. So this thing produces a fairly strong 100 megacycle FM signal to play around with. It's right around 100. This is the output from the signal generator. I'm going to hook it up to it. It has to be the FM antenna. So we know without a doubt there's a signal here at 100 megahertz. Audio switch to FM. Okay. Let's just look at the signal generator for a second here. So we want this to be in the middle here for 100. And I want the RF attenuator, we'll turn it up pretty high. This should be on normal. And we want to be putting out a signal, let's say 1000 hertz tone, so we should hear that. And we'll put it at 75 kilocycle bandwidth, I guess is the word for it. 75 there's a better word for it. The word is written up here. Deviation. That's a normal FM station. Let's see if we can hear 1000 hertz on this thing coming out of it. Bearing in mind there's no pointer, so I really don't know where it's tuned. Power in. I'm going to run it off of. Green light came on. Something funny here. Green light came on, but did I plug all the tubes back in? It's not drawing any power. Like this should have dropped way down to like 80 or something. Something's not right. Maybe the green light made it. The green light made it. I would think there'd be power everywhere. There's another switch. There's another switch. There, that one. Okay, that's right. Let's turn it off here. Now put it on. Keep your eye on this voltage that's going to show up here if you can see it. If it says 124, then we know this switch. Let me just carry on here. Okay. Oh, both lights came on. This switch is off, but obviously because my dim lights came on back there, this thing is drawing power. So I had the feeling this is the AM radio switch and the green lights there. It's a crazy, kooky thing, boy. Okay, so now we think there's an FM signal here at 100. 100 on this dial is sitting here, but again, there's no pointer. Let's make sure everything is... Oh yeah, I was going to clean that. You know what, we're going to clean that first. Power off. Okay, I remember I think I said I had to turn this thing upside down. Holy smokes! What happens when you turn this upside down? Does everything fall out? Oh, I'll tell you, first thing that happens. Oh my god. Oh boy. Well, that was an exciting thing. What happened? What got me so excited? This chassis is not bolted in. It started tipping forward. Oh my gosh. No bolts at the back. Well, we're just going to have to use power spray to power the WD-40 in there. Work against gravity. Work against gravity. Boy, that was definitely an exciting moment when I saw that thing tip. I thought it was coming right out. So the one that we think is the volume, ooh, that did not sound good at all, is the I think it's this one here. How am I going to get in there? What's this other one? You know, I think the names up there are all baloney, so I'm going to spray them all. Okay, there's a hole in the back of this top one right here. You can't see, of course, what I'm doing. So I'm looking for a hole I can spray stuff through. Any hole. This looks like a hole right up in here. So I can kind of get in there with it. Can't see. Let's try that. In the hole. Oh. It's stupid when they put the pipe right on the button, so when you push the button, the pipe moves all around. Who thought this up? What's the problem in WD-40? Come on, spray in there. Got it, right in the hole. Okay, turn the knob here. Oh, that's the tuning knob. Quickly, man. Don't miss your opportunity here. Incidentally, when I'm working on my own and I don't have a video running, I still talk to myself like that. I just don't do it out loud. And I am hard on myself. But I know that my bark is much worse than my bite, so. Okay, that's one done. One lubed up there, I think. That may have been the volume control right there. I got myself. Oh, this is the tuning? That is the tuning. I think that's reluctance tuning. I think that's not a tuning capacitor in there. I don't know. Can't see in there. Can't see. Okay. Onward. I can't spray those little ones. Okay, let's try this. Maybe I got it. Maybe I got it. Maybe that's enough. Maybe. down. Okay, knobs have gone. Where'd they go? Okay. Power off. Which one's got the switch on it? Switch is on. Power's on. Away we go. So, this is the volume. I cleaned it. Well, we're going to find out. Good. Much, much better. Is that really volume? Something funny about this. Very hard to hear, but there's a point where when I turn past it, a hum appears. You know what it is? It's the volume coming up. That's all it is. Okay, let's see if we can pick up 100. Not very reassuring because we should hear that typical FM hiss. Should just come screaming through. There's that funny static again. Did I say something about screaming through? Son of a gun. See, watch the magic eye here. The magic eye is doing something. Change frequency over here. That's 5 kilohertz. That's a 19 kilohertz pilot signal being sent, but I don't think there's any, like this didn't come on. There's no stereo light, is there? Tune? If that light pops on, I'll just freak rate it. I think you can hear the receiver pulling in and out of the station. Well, isn't that a surprising thing? If it can get that, it should be able to pick up stations. Let's try it. Now, do I have a fairly decent FM antenna here? I think I do. I think I did. I don't seem to have it here anymore. Those kinds of things travel around my house a bit. So, well, again, we're just going to hook up a Schlocky antenna comprised of 2 clip leads. There's some fairly strong FM stations here in Orillia. There's a local broadcaster right here in Orillia, and a strong station in Barrie. That's a city a short distance away. So we know we're at 100 right now. I just have to guess which way's up and which way's down. So I'm trying to stick like a dipole on here. If you like. Not much of one. Okay, well that's more than nothing. Okay, great radio of boxes. Can you pick anything up? Oh, it's still picking up the signal generator. So I'm assuming I'm going down from 100. She's full blast. think that's the end of the run. And go back. That's a very strange static. We'll go by the generator. Really nothing, eh? Once again, I jammed up my computer hard drive there. So what I've done is I've put a better antenna on this, a more typical FM antenna, and we'll see if we can pick anything up. Continue on. So that video ended, the last segment rather, just ended rather suddenly, and I don't know exactly where it ended. I was in the process of trying to pick up a regular station. Let's see if we can get this set up here. Okay. Power on. Lower the output of that signal generator in the background, because we're probably going to come across it again. Are you all warmed up yet? Let's find out. Yep. Oh, that sounds like an FM radio. There's something right there. Okay, let's go up. Okay, that's 100. Wow, that wasn't very far to get to 100. Keep going. Stronger stations are up this way. That's the end there. Well, we got a couple very, very weak responses out of that. So I think I'm going to end my video here today. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm really not inclined to invest into this. I just think it would be a long haul and probably unsuccessful in the end anyway. So this may very well be it for this radio. We'll see. I'll think about it, and tomorrow when I come in, either this thing will still be here, or there'll be something else on my bench. Thanks a lot for watching.